Hi, this is Austin of the Kipper System. I'm feeling ready to do one of these again, I guess. It's a nice half moon out tonight. It's supposed to get pretty cold tonight. We've been thinking of a lot of things that we struggle to communicate, but also trying to think of ways that we can better communicate those things. And our philosophy is, well, I don't want to. I don't want to tell tall tales, but uh, our philosophy has been, honestly, I haven't fronted in uh, this body for a good bit. I'm feeling a little bit out of the loop. Um, but how to put the recent shift in our thinking about things? I don't know. There's just a bunch of things. There's just a bunch of ideas that exist and are upheld in culture that we have been uh, seeing through and seeing past in new ways. And it's it's hard to sum up, and it's that thing right now where you try to think of any just a single example of something, but you're on the spot, and so nothing is quite coming up. But we we feel like it's so fucked the way that it's commonly accepted for humans to relate to non-humans, and so many things about it. And like, we have our personal experiences, but we don't have uh, any extensive training or education or specific experience with this sort of thing. But I mean, if you've watched any of our other stuff, chances are you've seen us get into these sorts of feelings sometime or another. They're volatile feelings because, well, there's one thing that uh came about recently. One thought that came about recently that we could talk about is just that um most humans in uh Western and Western influenced cultures have a sort of a core belief that they are a good person, not in like not in what we would say is the healthy way, which is just that you have a good heart, because all hearts are good inherently, because all hearts are the same. All hearts are connected, and all hearts strive for wellness. And but Western humans have often the core belief that they're a good person as opposed to a bad person. That there are bad people out there. That there are bad hearts who are evil and who it's not worth saving or trying to help, or who it's good to destroy. Be violent towards, the bad guy. That myth. The villain, and you the hero, as opposed to them. And of course, it's not like everyone's going around thinking that they're a superhero and they're fighting supervillains, but there is a sense of morality that is held too tightly by many, that is built around you having some irreducible goodness about you, and or not having some irreducible badness about you that others do have. And we think that this leads to an inability to really take stock on a deep level of a lot of things. It like when it's important to you, when it is an important belief to you that you are a good person, then anything that threatens that, you then is a threat to your perceptual comfort and well-being, and it's not just like a comfort thing. It's a little bit more severe than that, because your mental and emotional systems are built into they build these beliefs into them, or are built into these beliefs, or vice versa, or both, or whatever. But these beliefs are integrated into your mental, emotional system. So whenever, no matter what the nature of the belief, and especially if it was an important belief, a core belief, a deeply held belief, it's gonna be painful and emotionally draining and debilitating and confusing, and take time to recover when a belief is shattered, just because of how the belief was built into your systems. And so it I'm not sure how deeply I want to get into this right now. But we feel that we have been lucky enough to come to a place to really, for as long as we can remember, be that's fine. Be at a sort of place, or have a place, like, at least within memory, where we can just honestly look at ourselves and take stock of the situation and change our beliefs if needed. No. Saying that's as long as we can remember, that's not true. So it was mostly something that we learned in around the same time as, and partially in the process of, deconverting from Christianity. But that's another story, another series of stories. But and we, I mean, most of us have non-human identities. We're very sensitive. We're very empathetic, and there are so many things about, like, the treatment and just the accepted, like, demeanor and attitude of humans toward non-humans that, like, make us fucking pissed and sick to our stomach and sad and just so deeply, darkly frustrated. And we try to at least, I mean, I don't want to present a picture here like we're diligently chasing down every loose thread until we have a perfect, perfectly well-informed picture of the situation, because we're definitely not doing that. But we have our experiences and our observations and our philosophies and our both occasional light purposeful research and just casual consumption of general scientific and informative media. And, like, I don't know, that's the thing. That's, someone without our particular set of anxieties would probably talk about this stuff a lot sooner and a lot more commonly and loudly and recklessly. But I guess what is it that we're afraid of? We bring out our specific critiques of this thing, and, well, the first thing we're afraid of is that we're just wrong, because then that's really embarrassing, and it's a lot of, I mean, it would be really nice if we're wrong, because then that means that actually, there isn't any crisis with the treatment of non-human creatures on this planet, and we can just sort of move on and do other things. But, in terms of posting a video online about it, we don't want to be wrong. So the first thing is just that we post it and it's like, oh, we're wrong, and it's swiftly called out, and it's, like, embarrassing. That wouldn't be that bad. The second thing is just that, is this making noise when I'm doing this? Oh god, that's probably making a shit ton of noise. Sorry. The second thing is that we're afraid that just everyone will be defensive, because it's a very to it's a very big thing these days that humans tend to feel very strongly about and have as a part of that core belief of their own goodness is that they treat animals well, that they're really good caretakers of animals, and that's something that a lot of humans take pride in, and something that a lot of humans do genuinely like work hard to achieve. But the thing is, we feel like there are just fundamental problems in the approach, in the very approach that humans have to not, that, like, it doesn't have to be all that complicated. There's a bunch of little realizations and stuff like that, but all of it is stemming from the singular thing that humans are not, they don't have any real authority. I mean, humans don't have any real authority over each other, or over themselves, or over anything. They certainly don't have it over other animals. And, just because humans right now are feeling smart enough that they think they could probably solve all the world's problems for them doesn't mean that humans just sort of wantonly and applying their protocols on a wide scale that doesn't, you know, and then that this also ties into how humans treat each other and how humans treat themselves. We've been having thoughts about protocol lately, because protocol is a very interesting thing, because it is a practical tool for planning and guiding behavior that is it's made for consistency. Like, the whole design of protocol is for consistency. But protocol that is simply followed to a T, as the protocol is going to actually be less consistent at solving problems, especially the more novel and complex the problems get, than an active observer who's taking in and considering the situation and all that. And so we feel like humans have, as of late, been quite taken with protocol, quite enamored with it, and hailed it as a sort of one-size-fits-all solution to any, like, problem we have. Like, I feel like there's this unspoken cultural idea that anything could be protocolized, anything could be turned into a set of instructions. And, like, there's a lot of cultural commentary already, countering that, making counterpoints to that, or pointing out the folly of that, or but how to split. Hold on, like inattention. Got distracted and lost train of thought. That's what they usually say when that happens. I lost my train of thought. 2025, woohoo! It's the year, yeah. Okay. And protocol, right. Yeah, we feel like humans have used protocol as a one size fits all thing that applies to every situation, and I think that there are a lot of situations, particularly ones where like feelings are the crucial angle, where protocol is not, it's probably shouldn't be used, probably really shouldn't be used, because every situation is different in very important ways, and I guess like there are different angles that we could talk about this from, but I think for this video, for today, I'm gonna say just like imagine a world where humans work more like either collaboratively or simply not overbearingly with non-human creatures, and look at the ways in the world today in which observe the power dynamics between humans and non-humans in day-to-day lives, and ask yourselves if those are justified. Ask yourselves if those are really healthy structures that it would be bad to change, or if there's maybe some healthier form of these relationships that could be found and reached through communication, through care, through love and collaboration. And that's another thing I'll say for this video is we think that communication is very, very key to lots and lots of things, but in a word, harmony, living together, in without stepping on each other's toes too much, or living together without living together in a way that is where you lift each other up and enrich each other and help each other flourish. And communication between humans and non-humans is like it's a thing. There are lines of communication. If nothing else, there's body language. And beyond that, the most basic language of the universe, which is presence. Just the simple presence, the communicative power of that. And every being has at least that way of communicating. Um, but, you know, there is not, like, we would like to go to college. We're not sure exactly when, but we would like to go. And when we do, one of the things that we would like to learn about a lot and maybe go into studying is interspecies communication. And we we really we're really it's a field that really excites us and that we're really looking forward to breakthroughs in, but that doesn't you know doesn't have nearly as much attention as we feel like it is. Not as much as we would like to see, I'll put it that way. And, we don't know if all that there is to that is just expanding the current ways of communicating that we have through body language and signals and things, or what there could be, but, we we imagine a world every day where humans and non-humans, and no matter what species you are, no matter what kind of being you are all living together in spaces that have been touched by all of them, and made to include whoever wants to be included, and to accommodate whoever wants to be accommodated, and where different species are able to communicate with each other more of their thoughts and feelings, and get to know each other and connect on a deeper level, and greatly enrich everyone's cultures and their ideas and their perspectives. And it's driving us crazy, because it's such a bright vision for us, and half the time when we go out and experience some human culture, we see humans shitting on other species in some way, whether or not they realize it, some way that to us feels like just deeply disrespecting them as beings. And I mean, a lot of humans will just straight up tell you that the word for the word for looking upon someone as though their feelings don't matter is dehumanizing. That's the word for it that everyone uses. So that tells you how not only deep but casual and open and clear humans' feelings of superiority about themselves and carelessness about others is.